Hello and welcome. Did you know that space is full of mysteries beyond our imagination? From planets where it rains molten iron to galaxies that drift endlessly in the vast cosmos. The universe is filled with wonders that challenge everything we know. Some stars pulse like heartbeats, while others are so old that they might have existed before the first galaxies formed. There are rogue planets wandering in darkness, black holes, spinning at nearly the speed of light, and even cosmic clouds of alcohol floating in the depths of space. In this video, we will take you on a journey through 200 fascinating space facts, a collection of mind-blowing discoveries that will make you see the universe in a whole new way. Whether it's the strange behavior of time near a black hole, the hidden oceans beneath icy moons, or the ultimate fate of the cosmos, every fact reveals something extraordinary about the world beyond our skies. So sit back, relax, and let your mind drift into the mysteries of space. If you enjoy this journey through the universe, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fascinating content. Your support helps us continue exploring the wonders of science and space. Now, let's dive into 200 incredible facts about the universe. 1. The silent symphony of space. In space, there is no sound. Even the most powerful explosion would happen in complete silence. This is because sound needs a medium, like air or water, to travel. Space, being a vacuum, has none. Imagine the universe as a vast, silent symphony, where the music is played only through light and movement. 2. A day on Venus is longer than a year. Venus has a strange rotation. It takes about 243 Earth days to complete one full spin on its axis, but it orbits the Sun in just 225 days. This means a single day on Venus lasts longer than its entire year. If you stood on Venus, the sun would rise very slowly. And you could watch it set in the west and then rise again in the east because Venus rotates in the opposite direction of Earth. 3. The smell of space. Astronauts returning from spacewalks have reported a unique smell clinging to their suits. Some describe it as a mix of gunpowder, welding fumes, and burnt steak. While space itself has no air, these smells come from chemical reactions that occur when space particles interact with their gear. It's a scent of the unknown, carried from the edges of the cosmos. 4. The moon is moving away. Every year, the moon drifts about 3.8 centimeters away from Earth. This slow separation is caused by the gravitational interaction between the Earth and the moon. Millions of years from now, the moon will be much farther away, changing the way tides work on our planet. But for now, it remains our steady companion, lighting up the night sky. 5. There may be more planets than stars. Astronomers estimate that almost every star in the universe has at least one planet orbiting it. This means there could be more planets than stars, trillions upon trillions, waiting to be explored. Somewhere out there, planets with oceans, mountains, and perhaps even life could exist, hidden in the vastness of space. 6. The coldest place in the universe. The coldest known place in the universe isn't in deep space, it's inside a nebula called the Boomerang Nebula. There, temperatures drop to minus 457.7 degrees Fahrenheit, just a fraction of a degree above absolute zero. Even the dark side of the moon, which can reach minus 280 degrees Fahrenheit, is warm in comparison. 7. Stars are not really twinkling. When you look up at the night sky, stars seem to twinkle. But in reality, they shine steadily. The twinkling effect is caused by Earth's atmosphere, which bends and distorts their light as it travels to us. If you could see them from space, they would appear as steady, glowing points in the dark. 8. A spoonful of a neutron star weighs as much as a mountain. Neutron stars are the collapsed cores of massive stars. They are so dense that just a teaspoon of their material would weigh billions of tons. If you could somehow scoop a spoonful, it would be heavier than Mount Everest, crushing everything under its immense weight. 9. The largest volcano in the solar system is on Mars. Olympus Mons, a massive volcano on Mars, is the tallest planetary mountain in our solar system. It stands about 13.6 miles high, almost 3 times the height of Mount Everest. Its base is so wide that if you stood on one side, the other side would disappear beyond the horizon. 10. Space is expanding faster than we can see. The universe is not just expanding, it's accelerating. The farther galaxies are from us, the faster they move away. Scientists believe this is due to a mysterious force called dark energy, which makes up about 70% of the universe. Even with the most powerful telescopes, there will always be parts of the universe we will never see, forever beyond our reach. 11. The loneliest Voyager. Voyager 1, a space probe launched by NASA in 1977, is now over 14 billion miles away from Earth. It is the farthest human-made object in space, traveling through the emptiness beyond our solar system. Despite its incredible distance, it still sends faint signals back to Earth, carrying messages from humanity into the unknown. 12. A planet made of diamonds. Far beyond our solar system, there exists a planet called 55 Cancri, which scientists believe may be made largely of diamond. This planet orbits its star so closely that its surface reaches scorching temperatures. But beneath the extreme heat and pressure, carbon may have crystallized into a vast, glittering world of diamond. 13. A day on Mercury is like no other. Mercury, the closest planet to the Sun, has an unusual day-night cycle. It takes 59 Earth days to rotate once on its axis, but because of its orbit, a single sunrise to sunset lasts about 176 Earth days. If you were standing on Mercury, you would see the sun rise, pause, move backward slightly, and then continue its journey across the sky. 14. The largest canyon in the solar system. Mars is home to Valles Marineris, a canyon system that stretches over 2,500 miles long. That's about 10 times longer than the Grand Canyon and 4 times deeper. If it were on Earth, it would stretch across the entire United States, carving through landscapes like a scar from another world. 15. Rain made of fire and ice. On distant exoplanets, the weather is nothing like what we know on Earth. Some planets experience molten iron rain, while others have clouds of glass that create deadly, razor-sharp storms. There are also planets where frozen methane falls as snow, creating icy landscapes in the depths of space. 16. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is shrinking. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is a giant storm that has raged for centuries, larger than Earth itself. However, astronomers have noticed that it is slowly shrinking. Once spanning 25,000 miles, it has been gradually decreasing in size, though it still remains a swirling mystery in the planet's thick atmosphere. 17. The edge of the solar system is not where you think. Many people believe the solar system ends at Pluto, but it actually extends far beyond. The Oort cloud, a distant shell of icy objects, marks the true boundary. It is so far away that it would take thousands of years for a spacecraft to reach it, yet it is still considered part of our cosmic neighborhood. 18. The Milky Way will collide with another galaxy. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is on a slow-motion collision course with the Andromeda Galaxy. The two galaxies are moving toward each other at about 250,000 miles per hour. But don't worry, this won't happen for another 4.5 billion years, and when it does, the vast space between stars means that actual collisions will be rare. 19. The most distant object ever seen. Astronomers have detected a galaxy named GNZ11, which is the farthest object ever observed. It exists so far away that its light has traveled for over 13 billion years to reach us. When we look at it, we are seeing the universe as it was when it was still young, only a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. 20. Some stars are older than the universe. Scientists have discovered stars that seem to be older than the universe itself, based on their estimated ages. While this paradox is likely due to measurement errors, It challenges our understanding of cosmic history. The universe still holds many mysteries waiting to be solved. 21. The darkest planet in the universe. There is a planet called Trace 2b that reflects less than 1% of the light that hits it. This makes it darker than coal, appearing as a black void in space. Scientists are still unsure why it absorbs so much light, but its eerie darkness makes it one of the most mysterious exoplanets ever discovered. 22. The universe may be infinite. The universe is expanding, but what lies beyond its edge? Some scientists believe the universe has no edge at all and could be infinite. Others suggest it might be curved, looping back on itself like the surface of a sphere. The true shape of the cosmos remains one of the greatest unanswered questions in science. 23. A star can steal its neighbor's life. In binary star systems, one star can pull material away from its companion, slowly consuming it over time. This process, known as stellar cannibalism, can lead to dramatic explosions called supernovae. Some of the most beautiful nebulae in the night sky were created by these cosmic feasts. 24. There are invisible forces holding the universe together. Galaxies spin faster than they should based on their visible mass. Scientists believe this is due to dark matter, a mysterious substance that does not emit or absorb light. Though we cannot see it, dark matter makes up most of the mass in the universe and acts as an invisible web holding galaxies together. 25. The moon used to be much closer to Earth. Billions of years ago, the moon was much closer to Earth and appeared much larger in the sky. Over time, as it drifts away, our nights have become darker. In the distant future, solar eclipses will no longer happen because the moon will be too far away to completely cover the sun. 26. The most powerful explosion ever seen. A gamma ray burst is the most powerful explosion in the universe. These bursts come from dying stars and can release more energy in seconds than our sun will produce in its entire lifetime. If a gamma ray burst were to happen near Earth, it could strip away our atmosphere in an instant. 27. There is a planet that orbits 3 suns. A planet called HD 131399 flat has a triple star system, meaning it experiences 3 sunrises and 3 sunsets every day. Its sky would be a dazzling display of shifting light, unlike anything seen on Earth. 28. Neutron stars can spin thousands of times per second. Some neutron stars, called pulsars, rotate incredibly fast. The fastest known pulsar spins 716 times per second. This means if you stood on its surface, you would be moving at a fraction of the speed of light. 29. The Sun will eventually swallow Earth. In about 5 billion years, the Sun will expand into a red giant, growing so large that it may engulf Mercury, Venus, and possibly Earth. Long before that happens, however, the Sun will become too hot for life to survive. 30. A black hole's gravity is so strong that time slows down. If you could get close to a black hole without falling in, time would pass more slowly for you compared to someone far away. This means that if you spent a few hours near a black hole, years could pass for the rest of the universe. 31. A galaxy without dark matter. Most galaxies are held together by an invisible force called dark matter. But astronomers have found a rare galaxy, named NGC 1052 DF2, that seems to have almost none. This discovery challenges our understanding of how galaxies form and raises new questions about the role of dark matter in the universe. 32. The largest water reservoir in space. Scientists have discovered a cloud of water vapor in space that contains 140 trillion times the amount of water in Earth's oceans. This massive reservoir surrounds a quasar, a powerful energy source from a distant galaxy, and proves that water is abundant, even in the farthest reaches of the universe. 33. A super-Earth with extreme weather. A planet named HD 189733b is a super-Earth, with winds that blow at 5,400 miles per hour. Its atmosphere contains tiny glass particles, making the wind a deadly storm of sharp crystals. If you stood on this planet, the sky would be a deep blue, but the air would be unbreathable. 34. A star that refuses to die. Scientists have observed a star, named IPTF 14HLS, that has exploded multiple times over several decades. Normally, a star explodes as a supernova only once before fading away. But this star seems to keep reigniting, baffling astronomers and defying known physics. 35. The loneliest planet. Rogue planets are worlds that drift through space without orbiting a star. One of the closest rogue planets, called CFB-DSIR 21490403, floats alone in the darkness, untethered to any solar system. Without a sun, its surface is frozen, and its night never ends. 36. A pulsar lighthouse in space. Pulsars are rapidly spinning neutron stars that emit beams of energy, like a cosmic lighthouse. If you were close to one, you would see flashes of light every few milliseconds, like the ticking of a perfect cosmic clock. Some pulsars are so precise that scientists use them to measure time in space. 37. An Earth-like planet in the habitable zone. Astronomers have discovered many exoplanets that could support life. but one of the most promising is Kepler 442b. This planet orbits a star similar to our Sun and sits in the Goldilocks zone, where conditions are just right for liquid water to exist. We may never know if life exists there, but it remains one of the best places to look. 38. Cosmic voids, the empty spaces of the universe. The universe is not evenly filled with stars and galaxies. Instead, there are massive empty regions, called cosmic voids, where almost nothing exists. The largest known void, called the Boötes void, is 330 million light-years across and contains only a handful of galaxies. 39. An ancient black hole older than the universe. Scientists have discovered supermassive black holes that seem to be older than the universe itself. This paradox suggests that our understanding of time, black hole formation, or even the Big Bang may be incomplete. The universe may hold secrets that we are only beginning to uncover. 40. The last light in the universe. One day, billions of years from now, all stars will burn out, leaving the universe in darkness. Black holes will eventually evaporate, and even the faintest glow of energy will fade away. This era, called the heat death of the universe, marks the moment when time itself may no longer have meaning. But for now, we exist in the light, witnessing the cosmos in its most vibrant age. 41. The coldest star ever found. Not all stars burn hot. Some, like WISE 08550714, are so cold that they are only slightly warmer than a cup of coffee. This star, classified as a brown dwarf, is too small to sustain nuclear fusion, making it one of the coldest and faintest stars in the universe. If you could stand near it, it might feel more like a chilly planet than a fiery sun. 42. An asteroid with its own rings. Saturn is famous for its rings, but even some asteroids have them. In 2014, astronomers discovered that an asteroid named Chariklo has a set of thin rings, much like a miniature version of Saturn. This was the first time rings were found around something smaller than a planet, proving that even tiny worlds can hold surprising secrets. 43. The black hole that sings. Scientists have detected sound waves coming from a supermassive black hole in the Perseus galaxy cluster. These waves are at such a low frequency that humans cannot hear them, but if they were within our range, they would be the deepest note ever heard. In a way, the universe is filled with music, though it plays in silence. 44. A planet where a year lasts just a few hours. Some exoplanets orbit their stars at extreme speeds. One such planet, called Kepler 78b, completes a full orbit in just 8.5 hours. This means that if you live there, you would see the sun rise and set multiple times in a single Earth day. The extreme closeness to its star also makes its surface molten, a world of fire racing through space. 45. Diamonds falling from the sky. On planets like Neptune and Uranus, scientists believe that extreme pressure deep within their atmospheres turns carbon into diamonds. These diamond rainstorms fall for thousands of miles before melting into a sea of liquid carbon. If true, these planets could have entire layers made of diamonds hidden beneath their clouds. 46. The Great Attractor, a hidden force pulling galaxies. Our galaxy, along with millions of others, is slowly moving toward a mysterious region of space known as the Great Attractor. Astronomers do not fully understand what it is, but its immense gravity suggests it may be a massive concentration of dark matter. Galaxy clusters, or something even more mysterious. 47. A rogue black hole wandering through space. Not all black holes stay in one place. Some, called rogue black holes, drift freely through space. One such black hole was found moving across our galaxy at over 100,000 miles per hour. If one were to pass through our solar system, its gravity could distort planets or even pull them away from the sun. 48. A galaxy made almost entirely of dark matter. Scientists have discovered a galaxy, named Dragonfly 44, that is nearly invisible because 99.99% of its mass is dark matter. Though it has very few stars, its gravitational pull suggests it is just as massive as our Milky Way. This mysterious galaxy is a reminder that most of the universe remains unseen. 49. An exoplanet that could have life beneath its ice. One of the most promising places to find alien life is not a warm Earth-like planet, but a frozen world called Enceladus, one of Saturn's moons. Beneath its icy shell, scientists believe there is a vast ocean heated by volcanic activity. If life exists there, it could be unlike anything found on Earth. 50. The oldest light in the universe. When we look deep into space, we are also looking back in time. The oldest light ever seen comes from the cosmic microwave background, the faint glow left over from the Big Bang. This light has traveled for nearly 13.8 billion years to reach us, carrying a message from the birth of the universe itself. 51. The planet with supersonic winds. Some planets experience winds far stronger than anything on Earth. One such planet, HD 189733b, has winds that reach speeds of over 5,400 miles per hour, 7 times the speed of sound. These winds carry tiny glass particles, creating storms of razor-sharp crystals that would be deadly to anything caught in them. 52. A moon with lakes of liquid methane. Saturn's largest moon, Titan, has lakes and rivers, but they are not filled with water. Instead, they contain liquid methane and ethane, substances that are gases on Earth but remain liquid on Titan due to its freezing temperatures. If you stood on its surface, you would see vast, reflective lakes under an orange sky. 53. The missing antimatter mystery. Scientists believe that when the universe was born, equal amounts of matter and antimatter should have existed. Yet, today, almost no antimatter remains, and the reason why is one of the biggest mysteries in physics. If antimatter had not disappeared, the universe as we know it might not exist. 54. A planet where the sky burns. On the planet Kepler 10b, the surface temperature reaches 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to melt iron. The intense heat comes from its extreme closeness to its star, where it is bombarded with radiation. If you were on this planet, the sky itself might glow with fire. 55. The shadow of a black hole. In 2019, scientists captured the first ever image of a black hole, showing a glowing ring of light surrounding a dark shadow. This shadow is not the black hole itself, but the region where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. It is a window into the most extreme forces in the universe. 56. Galaxies can be torn apart. Gravity can pull galaxies together, but it can also tear them apart. Sometimes, a smaller galaxy gets too close to a larger one and is stretched and shredded by tidal forces. Eventually, it disappears completely, its stars becoming part of the larger galaxy, lost in the vastness of space. 57. White holes, the opposite of black holes. Theoretical physics suggests that if black holes pull everything in, there could be white holes that do the opposite, expelling matter and energy instead of absorbing it. No white holes have ever been observed, but if they exist, they might be gateways to another part of the universe. 58. The universe is still making stars. While some galaxies are fading, new stars are still being born. Deep inside giant clouds of gas and dust, gravity pulls material together, creating new suns that will shine for billions of years. The universe may be ancient, but it is still alive with creation. 59. There may be an undiscovered planet in our solar system. Astronomers have found signs that a hidden planet, sometimes called Planet 9, might exist far beyond Neptune. Its presence is hinted at by the way other objects move in the outer solar system. If it is real, it could be a giant world waiting to be found. 60. Time may not exist at the speed of light. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, If you could travel at the speed of light, time would stop for you. Photons, the particles of light, experience no passage of time as they move through space. This means that, from a photon's perspective, the moment it is created is the same moment it reaches its destination, no matter how far away. 61. A planet that could float on water. Saturn is made mostly of gas, and its density is so low that if there were a bathtub big enough, it would float. While no real bathtub could hold a planet, this fact shows just how different the gas giants are from rocky planets like Earth. 62. The center of the Milky Way is a black hole. At the heart of our galaxy lies a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A. It has a mass millions of times greater than the Sun and exerts a powerful gravitational pull, shaping the motion of stars and planets in our galaxy. Yet, from Earth, it remains invisible to the naked eye. 63. The night sky shows only a fraction of the universe. When you look up at the stars, you are seeing only a tiny portion of what exists. The universe contains trillions of galaxies, each with billions of stars. Even the most powerful telescopes have only glimpsed a small part of the vast cosmic expanse. 64. Stars can be older than their galaxies. Some stars found in the Milky Way are older than the galaxy itself. This suggests that they formed before the Milky Way took its current shape, possibly as part of smaller, ancient star clusters that later merged to create the galaxy we see today. 65. Planets can have lava oceans. Some exoplanets, like Kepler 78b, are so close to their stars that their surfaces are covered in molten lava. These planets are constantly bombarded with radiation and have temperatures hot enough to vaporize rock, creating atmospheres filled with metallic vapor. 66. Some stars move faster than the speed of sound. Hypervelocity stars are rare stars that move through the galaxy at extreme speeds. Some travel so fast that they could eventually escape the Milky Way entirely, continuing their journey through intergalactic space for billions of years. 67. A black hole can slow down time. The closer you get to a black hole, the slower time moves relative to the outside universe. If you were near the edge of a black hole and looked out, you would see the rest of the universe speeding up, while to an observer far away, you would appear to move in slow motion. 68. Most of the universe is invisible. Ordinary matter, the kind that makes up stars, planets, and people, accounts for only about 5% of the universe. The rest is made of dark matter and dark energy, mysterious forces that cannot be seen but shape the structure of the cosmos. 69. The largest structure in the universe. Astronomers have discovered a massive supercluster of galaxies called the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall. It stretches over 10 billion light-years across, making it the largest known structure in the observable universe. Its sheer size challenges our understanding of how the universe formed. 70. The Earth is constantly bombarded by cosmic rays. High-energy particles from deep space, known as cosmic rays, are constantly passing through Earth. Some of these particles come from supernova explosions, while others may originate from mysterious sources beyond our galaxy. Though invisible, they are a reminder of the universe's constant activity. 71. The Sun will one day become a white dwarf. In about 5 billion years, the Sun will exhaust its nuclear fuel and expand into a red giant. After that, it will shed its outer layers, leaving behind a small, dense core known as a white dwarf. This cooling remnant will glow faintly for billions of years before eventually fading into darkness. 72. The Milky Way is still growing. Our galaxy is not a fixed structure, it continues to grow by merging with smaller galaxies. Even now, the Milky Way is slowly pulling in a galaxy called the Sagittarius Dwarf Galaxy, whose stars will eventually become part of our own. 73. An asteroid belt that could have been a planet. Between Mars and Jupiter lies the asteroid belt, a region filled with rocky debris. Some scientists believe that if conditions had been different, the material in the belt could have formed a planet. Instead, Jupiter's strong gravity prevented it from coming together, leaving behind a scattered collection of space rocks. 74. Space junk is increasing around Earth. Human-made satellites and rocket debris orbit Earth at high speeds, creating a growing field of space junk. Scientists are working on ways to remove or reduce this debris to prevent collisions that could damage working satellites and space stations. 75. Neutron stars have the strongest magnetic fields in the universe. Some neutron stars, called magnetars, have magnetic fields a trillion times stronger than Earth's. If a magnetar were located within a few hundred miles of Earth, its magnetic force could erase all credit cards and disrupt electronics across the planet. 76. An exoplanet with an endless day. The planet tidally locked to its star, like Proxima Centauri b, always shows the same side to its sun. One hemisphere is in perpetual daylight, while the other remains in eternal darkness. If life exists there, it may thrive in the twilight zone between light and shadow. 77. The oldest galaxy ever observed. Astronomers have detected a galaxy, named GNZ11, that formed just 400 million years after the Big Bang. Looking at this galaxy is like looking back in time to the earliest days of the universe, offering clues about how the first galaxies were born. 78. A star that exploded more than once. Normally, when a massive star explodes as a supernova, it marks the end of its life. But astronomers discovered a star that has exploded multiple times over several decades, suggesting that some stars may undergo repeated eruptions before finally collapsing. 79. The Great Cosmic Voids. While space is filled with stars and galaxies, it also contains enormous empty regions called voids. The Boötes Void, one of the largest known, is nearly 330 million light-years across and contains very few galaxies. These vast empty spaces remain one of the great mysteries of the universe. 80. The future collision of the Milky Way and Andromeda. The Andromeda Galaxy is on a collision course with the Milky Way and will merge with our galaxy in about 4.5 billion years. Despite the immense scale, the vast distances between stars mean that very few actual collisions will occur. Instead, the galaxies will slowly combine, reshaping the night sky forever. 81. A planet with an atmosphere of burning ice. Scientists have discovered a planet called Gliese 436b, where ice exists at incredibly high temperatures. This happens because the planet's strong gravity compresses water molecules so tightly that they remain solid. Even as surface temperatures reach over 800 degrees Fahrenheit. 82. The darkest place in the universe. Some regions of space are so empty that they contain almost no stars or galaxies. These cosmic voids are vast, stretching for hundreds of millions of light years, making them the darkest places in the known universe. 83. A comet with an atmosphere larger than the Sun. Comet 29P has an atmosphere, or coma, that sometimes expands to be larger than the Sun itself. This happens when sunlight heats its icy surface, causing gas to erupt in sudden bursts, creating a massive cloud that briefly glows in space. 84. Galaxies can spin like giant pinwheels. Spiral galaxies, including the Milky Way, rotate as a whole. Their arms extend outward, spinning in a slow, graceful motion over millions of years. The way galaxies rotate helps scientists understand the presence of dark matter, which influences their motion. 85. The invisible cosmic web. The universe is not randomly scattered with galaxies, it is structured like a vast web of filaments made of dark matter and gas. Galaxies cluster along these filaments, forming a network that stretches across billions of light years, shaping the overall structure of the cosmos. 86. There may be planets made entirely of metal. Some planets may be composed mostly of iron and nickel, making them metallic worlds unlike anything in our solar system. These dense planets would have extreme gravitational forces, making them incredibly heavy compared to Earth-sized planets. 87. A moon with its own ocean world beneath ice. Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, is covered in a thick shell of ice. Beneath this icy crust, scientists believe there is a vast ocean, kept liquid by the moon's internal heat. This hidden sea could be one of the best places to search for extraterrestrial life within our solar system. 88. A planet that orbits its star backward. Most planets orbit in the same direction as their star's rotation, but some, like WASP 17b, orbit in the opposite direction. This suggests that they may have been captured by their stars after forming elsewhere in space, making them cosmic wanderers. 89. The oldest black hole ever discovered. Astronomers have found a black hole that existed just 690 million years after the Big Bang. This discovery challenges current theories of black hole formation, suggesting that supermassive black holes may have grown much faster than previously thought. 90. The fate of the universe remains unknown. Scientists are still unsure how the universe will end. Some theories suggest it will continue expanding forever, while others propose that gravity will eventually pull everything back together in a massive collapse. The true fate of the cosmos remains one of the biggest unanswered questions in science. 91. A planet where it rains molten glass. On the exoplanet HD 189733b, the winds blow at speeds of over 5,000 miles per hour, carrying tiny shards of glass. These razor-sharp particles are swept sideways by the violent storms, creating a world where it constantly rains molten glass. 92. Some stars are almost as old as the universe. Scientists have discovered stars that are nearly as old as the universe itself. One of the oldest, named HD 140,283, is estimated to be about 14 billion years old, close to the universe's age of 13.8 billion years. These ancient stars provide a glimpse into the earliest days of cosmic history. 93. Cosmic rays travel at nearly the speed of light. Cosmic rays are high-energy particles that originate from deep space and move at nearly the speed of light. They constantly pass through Earth, and some are so powerful that they could potentially damage spacecraft and even affect human DNA. 94. A star can become a planet. Not all stars burn forever. Brown dwarfs, sometimes called failed stars, do not have enough mass to sustain nuclear fusion. Over time, these objects cool and fade, becoming more like giant planets than stars. 95. Galaxies can change shape over time. spiral galaxies like the Milky Way do not always stay in their current form. Over billions of years, interactions with other galaxies and internal gravitational forces can turn a spiral galaxy into an elliptical one, changing its structure completely. 96. The first exoplanet was discovered in 1992. Before 1992, scientists were unsure if planets existed beyond our solar system. The first confirmed exoplanets were found orbiting a pulsar, a dead star, in an unexpected location. Since then, thousands of exoplanets have been discovered, some of which may be habitable. 97. The most energetic explosion in the universe. Gamma-ray bursts are the most powerful explosions known. They can release more energy in a few seconds than the Sun will produce in its entire lifetime. These bursts are thought to be caused by the collapse of massive stars or the collision of neutron stars. 98. Some planets may be made of pure carbon. Scientists have theorized that some exoplanets, particularly those rich in carbon, could be made almost entirely of diamond. Under extreme pressure, carbon crystallizes, forming a planet that could be covered in diamond mountains and graphite plains. 99. The cosmic background radiation is a whisper from the Big Bang. When astronomers look deep into space, they detect a faint glow known as the cosmic microwave background. This light is the oldest signal in the universe, a remnant of the Big Bang that has been traveling through space for nearly 14 billion years. 100. The night sky will change over time. The stars we see in the sky are constantly moving. Over millions of years, familiar constellations will shift and disappear, forming entirely new patterns. If humans still exist in the distant future, they will look up and see a completely different night sky. 101. The Sun's atmosphere is hotter than its surface. It may seem strange, but the Sun's outer atmosphere, called the corona, is much hotter than its surface. While the Sun's surface burns at about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, the corona can reach millions of degrees. Scientists are still trying to understand why this mysterious heating happens. 102. Rogue planets wander through space alone. Not all planets orbit stars. Some, known as rogue planets, drift freely through the galaxy, untethered to any solar system. These lonely worlds may have formed around stars but were later ejected, becoming cosmic wanderers in the darkness of space. 103. Venus rotates in the opposite direction of Earth. Venus is the only planet in our solar system that rotates backward compared to its orbit. This means that on Venus, the Sun rises in the west and sets in the east. Scientists believe this strange rotation may have been caused by a massive collision in the planet's past. 104. Saturn's moon Titan has Earth-like weather patterns. Though Titan is extremely cold, its atmosphere and weather are surprisingly similar to Earth's. It has clouds, rain, and even rivers and lakes, but instead of water, these features are made of liquid methane and ethane. Titan is one of the most intriguing places to search for life. 105. Black holes can merge to form even larger black holes. When two black holes come close to each other, they can spiral inward and merge, creating a single, more massive black hole. This event releases powerful gravitational waves, ripples in space-time that scientists can detect from millions of light years away. 106. Stars can be ripped apart by black holes. If a star gets too close to a black hole, the intense gravitational pull can stretch and tear it apart in an event called a tidal disruption. The shredded remains of the star then spiral into the black hole, releasing a bright flare of energy that can be seen across the universe. 107. There could be life in the clouds of Venus. Though Venus's surface is extremely hot and hostile, scientists have discovered that its upper atmosphere has conditions that might support life. Some researchers speculate that microbial organisms could exist in Venus's clouds, surviving in a layer where temperatures and pressures are more Earth-like. 108. The Moon was once much closer to Earth. Billions of years ago, the Moon was much closer to Earth and appeared much larger in the sky. As time passed, gravitational interactions caused it to slowly drift away. Even now, the Moon continues to move away from Earth at a rate of about 1.5 inches per year. 109. Neutron stars can be smaller than a city but heavier than the Sun. A neutron star is the collapsed core of a massive star, packed into a space no larger than a small city. Despite their small size, neutron stars are incredibly dense. Just a sugar cube-sized amount of neutron star material would weigh about 1 billion tons on Earth. 110. Mars has the tallest volcano in the solar system. Olympus Mons, a giant volcano on Mars, is nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. It is so wide that its base covers an area as large as the state of Arizona. Because Mars has weak gravity and no moving tectonic plates, Olympus Mons was able to grow to such an enormous size over millions of years. 111. The Sun is slowly getting brighter. Over time, the Sun is gradually increasing in brightness. In about 1 billion years, it will be so bright and hot that Earth's oceans may completely evaporate, making the planet uninhabitable. This slow change in the Sun's energy will shape the future of our solar system. 112. Some planets may have double sunsets. On planets orbiting binary star systems, the sky would look very different from Earth's. Instead of a single sun, these planets experience two sunsets and two sunrises. One such planet, Kepler 16b, orbits two stars, making it a real-life version of the iconic twin sunset scene from science fiction. 113. Earth has a second moon sometimes. Astronomers have discovered small asteroids that temporarily become mini-moons of Earth. These objects are captured by Earth's gravity and orbit for a short time before escaping back into space. One such mini-moon, 2020 CD3, orbited Earth for about 3 years before drifting away. 114. Time moves differently in space. Einstein's theory of relativity shows that time does not flow at the same rate everywhere. Astronauts on the International Space Station experience time slightly faster than people on Earth due to weaker gravity. Over long periods, this small difference adds up, meaning that astronauts age slightly less than those on Earth. 115. Pluto has a heart-shaped glacier. One of the most recognizable features on Pluto is a massive, heart-shaped glacier called Tombaugh Regio. This icy region is made of nitrogen ice and is constantly shifting due to Pluto's weak gravity. Its presence suggests that Pluto is still geologically active. 116. A planet could disappear into a black hole without a trace. If a planet were to fall into a black hole, it would be stretched and torn apart by immense gravitational forces before vanishing completely. Anything that crosses the event horizon of a black hole is lost forever, unable to escape or send back any information. 117. Some planets have no solid surface. Gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn have no solid ground beneath their thick atmospheres. If you tried to land on one, you would sink deeper and deeper into the planet's dense clouds, eventually being crushed by intense pressure before reaching the core. 118. The largest volcano in the universe may not be on Mars. Olympus Mons is the tallest volcano in the solar system, but scientists have identified an even larger structure on Io, one of Jupiter's moons. Io is covered in active volcanoes that constantly erupt, reshaping the moon's surface in real time. 119. There may be invisible black holes wandering through space. Scientists suspect that many black holes exist throughout the galaxy, moving undetected through space. Because they emit no light, they can only be found when they interact with nearby stars or bend the light from distant objects behind them. 120. The universe could be shaped like a giant bubble. Some cosmologists believe that the universe might not be infinite, but instead shaped like a giant sphere or bubble. If this is true, traveling far enough in one direction could eventually bring you back to where you started, just like walking around a globe. 121. Space is not completely empty. Although space is often described as a vacuum, it is not completely empty. Even in the vastness between galaxies, tiny particles, stray atoms, and cosmic radiation fill the void. This nearly invisible matter plays a role in shaping the structure of the universe over billions of years. 122. A day on Jupiter is shorter than 10 hours. Despite being the largest planet in the solar system, Jupiter rotates incredibly fast. One full rotation takes only about 9 hours and 56 minutes, making its days much shorter than those on Earth. This rapid spinning also creates the planet's strong and colorful atmospheric bands. 123. Saturn's rings are disappearing. Saturn's famous rings are slowly fading. Scientists estimate that the rings are losing material over time as gravity pulls icy particles into the planet. In a few 100 million years, Saturn's rings may be gone entirely, leaving behind only a faint trace. 124. Mars once had a thicker atmosphere. Today, Mars has a thin atmosphere that cannot support liquid water on its surface. But in the past, it had a much thicker atmosphere, allowing rivers and lakes to exist. Over time, solar winds stripped away much of its air, turning it into the dry, cold world we see today. 125. There is a place in space colder than anywhere on Earth. The coldest known place in the universe is the Boomerang Nebula, a cloud of gas that is expanding so rapidly that its temperature has dropped to just 1 degree above absolute zero. Even Antarctica's coldest recorded temperature is warm in comparison. 126. Uranus spins on its side. Unlike other planets, Uranus is tilted so much that it essentially rolls around the Sun rather than spinning upright. Scientists believe this strange tilt was caused by a massive collision in the distant past, knocking the planet onto its side. 127. A supernova can briefly outshine an entire galaxy. When a star explodes as a supernova, it releases so much energy that, for a short time, it can be brighter than all the stars in its home galaxy combined. This incredible burst of light can last for weeks or even months before fading away. 128. Some black holes may be older than the first stars. Scientists have theorized that some black holes could have formed before the first stars. These primordial black holes might have been created in the early universe, long before galaxies and planets took shape. If they exist, they could be some of the oldest objects in the cosmos. 129. An Earth-like planet may be hiding in the nearest star system. Proxima Centauri, the closest star to the Sun, has at least one known planet in its habitable zone. This means it could have conditions suitable for liquid water, and possibly even life. However, intense radiation from its star may make its surface hostile. 130. The universe may be one of many. Some scientists believe that our universe is just one of many in a vast multiverse. If this theory is correct, countless other universes could exist, each with its own set of physical laws. Stars, and possibly even life beyond our imagination. 131. A star can be torn apart by a black hole. When a star drifts too close to a black hole, immense gravitational forces can stretch and rip it apart in an event known as a tidal disruption. The remains of the star spiral around the black hole, creating a bright, glowing disk before disappearing forever. 132. Some exoplanets may have permanent night on one side. Planets that orbit very close to their stars can become tidally locked, meaning one side always faces the star while the other remains in eternal darkness. The contrast between the scorching heat on one side and the freezing cold on the other could create extreme weather and powerful winds. 133. The cosmic microwave background is a snapshot of the early universe. The oldest light ever detected, known as the cosmic microwave background, is the afterglow of the Big Bang. This faint radiation has been traveling through space for nearly 14 billion years, offering a glimpse of the universe as it existed in its infancy. 134. The largest known comet is bigger than some planets' moons. A massive comet, known as C-2014-271 Bernardinelli-Bernstein, is over 80 miles larger than some moons in the solar system. It is traveling toward the inner solar system but will never come close enough to pose a threat to Earth. 135. Time moves slower in stronger gravity. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time flows more slowly in areas with stronger gravity. This means that near massive objects like black holes or neutron stars, time passes at a different rate compared to areas with weaker gravity. 136. Space travel can change the human body. Astronauts who spend long periods in space experience physical changes, including weakened muscles, loss of bone density, and even shifts in their vision. Some of these effects are caused by prolonged exposure to microgravity, making space travel a challenge for future human exploration. 137. A neutron star's gravity is billions of times stronger than Earth's. Neutron stars are among the densest objects in the universe. Their gravity is so intense that if you dropped an object just 1 meter above the surface, it would hit the ground at nearly 4.3 million miles per hour. 138. The universe is expanding faster than expected. Scientists have discovered that the expansion of the universe is accelerating, likely due to a mysterious force known as dark energy. This means that distant galaxies are moving away from us at increasing speeds, and over billions of years, parts of the universe will become unreachable. 139. The biggest storms in the solar system last for centuries. Jupiter's Great Red Spot is a giant storm that has been raging for at least 350 years. It is so large that it could fit multiple Earths inside it, and despite shrinking over time, it remains one of the most powerful storms ever observed. 140. Some stars orbit black holes without being swallowed. Scientists have discovered stars in close orbit around black holes that manage to survive. Their extreme speed keeps them from falling in, creating a cosmic dance between light and darkness that continues for millions of years. 141. A day on Mercury is longer than its year. Mercury rotates very slowly on its axis. It takes about 59 Earth days to complete one rotation, but it orbits the Sun in just 88 days. This means that one full day on Mercury from sunrise to sunrise lasts about 176 Earth days. 142. Galaxies can collide without their stars crashing into each other. When two galaxies collide, their stars usually do not. This is because the distances between stars are so vast that they mostly pass by one another. Instead, the galaxies' shapes become distorted, and their gas and dust interact, often triggering new star formation. 143. A planet can have an atmosphere thicker than Earth's but still be cold. Titan, Saturn's largest moon, has a thick atmosphere, even denser than Earth's. Despite this, its surface remains extremely cold, around -290 degrees Fahrenheit, because it is so far from the Sun. 144. Black holes can make light bend around them. Black holes have such strong gravity that they can bend light around them, creating a phenomenon called gravitational lensing. This effect allows us to see objects that are directly behind a black hole, as the light is curved and magnified like a giant cosmic lens. 145. The first molecule in the universe still exists in space. Scientists have detected helium hydride, believed to be the first molecule that formed after the Big Bang. This simple molecule helped shape the early universe, leading to the formation of stars and galaxies. 146. Some exoplanets may be covered in oceans hundreds of miles deep. Scientists believe that certain exoplanets, called ocean worlds, could be entirely covered in deep oceans. These water-rich planets may have no land at all, just endless waves stretching across the entire surface. 147. The International Space Station moves faster than a bullet. The International Space Station orbits Earth at about 17,500 miles per hour. This means that astronauts aboard the station see a sunrise and sunset every 90 minutes, experiencing 16 sunrises and sunsets each day. 148. Uranus and Neptune may have diamonds raining inside them. Deep inside Uranus and Neptune, extreme pressure and heat may turn carbon into diamonds. These diamonds could sink through the planet's interiors like raindrops, forming thick layers of diamond deep below the surface. 149. The first stars were much bigger than today's stars. The first stars in the universe, called population E stars, were likely much larger than modern stars. Some may have been hundreds of times more massive than the Sun, burning brightly before exploding as supernovae within just a few million years. 150. Space travel can make you taller. Astronauts who spend time in microgravity environments grow slightly taller because their spines stretch without the pull of Earth's gravity. However, this effect is temporary, and they return to their normal height after coming back to Earth. 151. The largest known black hole could fit billions of suns. The biggest black hole ever discovered, Ton 618, is estimated to be 66 billion times the mass of the Sun. Its event horizon, the boundary beyond which nothing can escape, is so large that light would take weeks to travel across it. 152. The edge of the solar system is over 1,000 times farther than Pluto. The Oort cloud, a distant shell of icy objects, marks the true boundary of the solar system. It is so far away that a spacecraft would take thousands of years to reach it, yet it remains gravitationally connected to the Sun. 153. Some stars orbit each other so closely that they touch. Binary star systems sometimes contain stars that orbit so near to one another that their outer layers merge. These contact binaries share gas and energy, creating unstable and sometimes explosive interactions. 154. The speed of light is the fastest speed in the universe. Nothing can travel faster than the speed of light, about 186,000 miles per second. This limit shapes how we explore the universe, as even the closest stars are so far away that their light takes years to reach us. 155. Mars has giant dust storms that can last for months. Dust storms on Mars can grow so large that they cover the entire planet, blocking sunlight and changing the surface temperature. Some of these storms last for months, making conditions unpredictable for future human exploration. 156. The Sun emits sound waves, but we cannot hear them. Deep inside the Sun, pressure waves create sound, but space is a vacuum, meaning the sound cannot travel. Scientists study these waves using solar observatories, allowing them to listen to the sun's activity. 157. There are planets with no seasons. Some exoplanets have perfectly circular orbits and do not tilt on their axis, meaning they experience no seasonal changes. Instead, their climate remains the same year-round, with no summer or winter. 158. A star's death can create the building blocks of life. When massive stars explode as supernovae, they release heavy elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron, materials essential for life. The atoms in our bodies were once forged in ancient stars that lived and died billions of years ago. 159. Some galaxies are almost entirely made of dark matter. Scientists have discovered galaxies that contain very few stars and instead seem to be made almost entirely of dark matter. These invisible galaxies challenge our understanding of how galaxies form and what role dark matter plays in the universe. 160. The night sky will change as new stars are born. The constellations we see today will not look the same forever. As stars move and new ones form, the patterns in the night sky will shift. Millions of years from now, the sky above Earth will be completely different from what we see today. 161. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. Even though Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, Venus is actually the hottest. Its thick atmosphere traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect, making surface temperatures reach over 860 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to melt lead. 162. Some planets have rings that are even larger than Saturn's. While Saturn is famous for its rings, an exoplanet called J1407b has rings that are 200 times larger. If this planet were in our solar system, its rings would dominate the night sky, appearing much larger than the Moon. 163. Black holes can evaporate over time. Even though black holes are known for their immense gravity, they are not permanent. According to Stephen Hawking's theory, they slowly lose energy through a process called Hawking radiation. Over trillions of years, even the largest black holes will eventually disappear. 164. Neutron stars can spin thousands of times per second. Some neutron stars, called pulsars, rotate incredibly fast. The fastest known pulsar spins at 716 rotations per second, creating powerful beams of radiation that sweep across space like a cosmic lighthouse. 165. There are galaxies with no visible stars. Some galaxies, known as dark galaxies, contain almost no stars and are made mostly of gas and dark matter. They are difficult to detect because they do not emit much light, making them nearly invisible against the vastness of space. 166. Mars has frozen water beneath its surface. Scientists have found large amounts of frozen water just below the surface of Mars. Future explorers may be able to use this water for drinking, growing food, or even making rocket fuel for return trips to Earth. 167. A single teaspoon of a neutron star would weigh billions of tons. Neutron stars are so dense that just a teaspoon of their material would weigh about 1 billion tons. This is because their atoms are packed so tightly that they collapse into a nearly solid mass of neutrons. 168. Some planets orbit dead stars. Planets have been found orbiting pulsars, which are the collapsed remnants of massive stars. These planets must have survived the violent supernova explosions that created the pulsars, making them some of the most resilient worlds in the universe. 169. The Sun will expand and swallow Mercury and Venus. In about 5 billion years, the Sun will become a red giant, expanding so much that it will likely engulf Mercury and Venus. Earth may survive, but it will be scorched and uninhabitable as the Sun's outer layers push outward. 170. The Andromeda Galaxy is getting closer every day. The Andromeda Galaxy, the closest large galaxy to the Milky Way, is on a collision course with us. In about 4.5 billion years, the two galaxies will merge, creating a new galaxy with a completely different shape and structure. 171. A giant cloud of alcohol floats in space. Astronomers have discovered a massive cloud of ethyl alcohol near the center of the Milky Way. This cosmic alcohol cloud is about 1,000 times the size of our solar system, though it is far too distant and dispersed to be of any practical use. 172. Pluto has blue skies and red snow. Despite being so far from the Sun, Pluto has a surprisingly complex atmosphere. Its skies appear blue due to tiny particles scattering sunlight, much like Earth's. Pluto also has regions where reddish snow falls, formed by chemical reactions in its thin atmosphere. 173. Some planets orbit multiple stars. There are exoplanets that orbit not one, but two or more stars. On these planets, an observer could see multiple suns rising and setting, creating a sky filled with ever-changing patterns of light and shadow. 174. The first black hole ever discovered is still growing. Cygnus X1, one of the first black holes ever detected, continues to pull in matter from a nearby star. As it feeds, it grows more massive over time, demonstrating that black holes are not static but constantly evolving. 175. The Voyager probes will drift through space forever. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2, launched in 1977, have left the solar system and are now traveling through interstellar space. Unless they collide with something, these spacecraft could continue drifting through the cosmos for billions of years, long after Earth is gone. 176. The Sun's core is millions of degrees hotter than its surface. The surface of the Sun is about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, but its core reaches temperatures of over 27 million degrees. This extreme heat is necessary to sustain nuclear fusion, the process that powers the Sun and produces the light we see. 177. Black holes can create jets of energy that stretch for thousands of light years. Some black holes generate powerful jets of energy that shoot out at nearly the speed of light. These jets can extend for thousands of light years, influencing the structure of entire galaxies. 178. The Moon is slowly locking Earth's rotation. Just as the Moon is tidally locked to Earth, meaning it always shows the same face, Earth itself is slowly becoming tidally locked to the Moon. In the distant future, Earth's rotation may slow enough that one side will always face the Moon. 179. Supermassive black holes can weigh billions of times more than the Sun. The largest black holes in the universe, called supermassive black holes, sit at the centers of galaxies and can have masses billions of times greater than the Sun. Their immense gravity shapes the motion of entire star systems. 180. If you could fall into a black hole, you would never escape. Once something crosses a black hole's event horizon, it can never return. Due to the extreme warping of space-time, even light cannot escape, making the black hole appear as a region of absolute darkness. 181. There is a planet where it rains iron. On the exoplanet WASP-76b, temperatures on the day side are so hot that iron turns into vapor. Strong winds carry this vapor to the cooler night side, where it condenses and falls as molten iron rain. 182. The Milky Way is full of rogue planets. Scientists estimate that there may be billions of rogue planets drifting through our galaxy without a star. These lonely worlds travel in darkness, carrying unknown landscapes and possibly hidden oceans beneath thick ice. 183. Space smells like burnt metal and barbecue. Astronauts who return from spacewalks often report that their suits smell like burnt steak, welding fumes, or gunpowder. This scent comes from charged particles in space reacting with oxygen when they re-enter the spacecraft. 184. The Kuiper Belt is home to thousands of icy worlds. Beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt, a vast region filled with frozen objects, including Pluto. Some of these icy worlds may have active volcanoes that erupt with liquid nitrogen or methane instead of lava. 185. Black holes can spin at nearly the speed of light. Some black holes rotate so rapidly that their outer edges move at speeds close to the speed of light. This extreme spinning distorts space and time around them, creating powerful gravitational effects. 186. A spacecraft can keep traveling forever. Once a spacecraft escapes the pull of the sun's gravity, there is nothing to slow it down. Unless it collides with something, it will continue moving through space indefinitely, carrying its message from Earth into the unknown. 187. Some stars pulse like cosmic heartbeats. Cepheid variable stars expand and contract in regular cycles, causing their brightness to change. Astronomers use these pulsing stars as cosmic yardsticks to measure distances in the universe. 188. The sun's light is already 8 minutes old. Light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach Earth. This means that if the sun were to suddenly disappear, we wouldn't notice until 8 minutes later. 189. Mars once had a magnetic field like Earth. Long ago, Mars had a strong magnetic field that protected its atmosphere. But over time, it weakened, allowing solar winds to strip away the air, turning Mars into the barren world we see today. 190. Some black holes may be hidden inside collapsing stars. Scientists believe that in rare cases, a massive star may collapse into a black hole without producing a visible explosion. These silent black holes would be nearly impossible to detect unless they interact with nearby objects. 191. A galaxy can have more than one black hole. While most galaxies have a supermassive black hole at their center, some have 2 or even more. When galaxies merge, their central black holes can orbit each other for millions of years before eventually combining into one even larger black hole. 192. Saturn's moon Enceladus sprays water into space. Enceladus, one of Saturn's icy moons, has geysers that shoot water vapor and ice particles into space. Scientists believe these eruptions come from a hidden ocean beneath its frozen crust, making Enceladus a key location in the search for extraterrestrial life. 193. Earth's magnetic field is shifting. The magnetic North Pole is not fixed, it slowly drifts over time. In recent years, it has been moving faster than usual, causing scientists to regularly update navigation systems that rely on Earth's magnetic field. 194. Stars can live for trillions of years. Red dwarf stars, the most common type of star in the universe. Burn their fuel so slowly that they can last for trillions of years, far longer than the current age of the universe. Some of these stars will still be shining long after the Milky Way has changed beyond recognition. 195. Galaxies are connected by invisible filaments. The universe is not just scattered with galaxies, they are linked together by vast cosmic filaments made of dark matter and gas. These filaments form a massive web-like structure, shaping the overall architecture of the cosmos. 196. The Moon causes Earth's tides. The gravitational pull of the Moon affects Earth's oceans, creating tides. As the Moon orbits, its gravity tugs at the water, causing the regular rise and fall of sea levels that we see along coastlines. 197. The universe has no center. Unlike a planet or a galaxy, the universe does not have a central point. It is expanding in all directions at the same time, meaning every point in space is moving away from every other point. 198. There is a giant storm on Neptune that is constantly changing. Neptune's Great Dark Spot is a massive storm similar to Jupiter's Great Red Spot. However, unlike Jupiter's long-lasting storm, Neptune's storms appear and disappear over time, changing as the planet's atmosphere shifts. 199. Jupiter's gravity protects Earth. Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, acts as a shield by deflecting asteroids and comets away from Earth. Its strong gravity helps reduce the number of potential impacts, playing an important role in Earth's long-term habitability. 200. The farthest galaxy we have seen is over 13 billion light-years away. Astronomers have detected galaxies that formed just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. The light from these ancient galaxies has been traveling through space for over 13 billion years, showing us the universe as it was in its earliest days. The universe is filled with endless mysteries yet to be uncovered. A planet where it rains molten iron, black holes, spinning at near light speed, and invisible cosmic filaments connecting galaxies. What we know about space is just a tiny fraction of its vastness. Through these 200 fascinating facts, we hope you have caught a glimpse of the wonders and mysteries of the universe. But remember, these are only pieces of a much greater puzzle that scientists continue to explore every day. Who knows? In the future, new discoveries may completely rewrite our understanding of space. And even at this very moment, as you look up at the night sky, a new star might be forming in a distant galaxy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue our journey of uncovering the wonders of the cosmos. Let's keep exploring the boundless mysteries of the universe together. Thank you for watching.